Welcome back, everybody. So today we're kind of just hanging out in the basement. We have a pretty bad snowstorm going on outside. It's the end of January here in northwest Pennsylvania. That means lots of snow, lots of cold. So currently we're just retying some flies and some jigs. We were pretty low, so we figured we'd re-up and do this video. So we're gonna kind of do a little bit of a recap with Matthew here of his crazy year. He did quite a few crazy things, lots of firsts. So yeah, settle in. Let's get into it. So you had a pretty crazy year.
Yeah.
And why don't you go ahead and start telling us about it? Go ahead and start from I guess the ice fishing, huh?
So we were catching bass, and
Yeah, through the ice, right?
through the ice, yeah.
Yeah.
And so we were all just sitting there, and I caught like an 18-inch one, and it was like the biggest one of that day. And then my brother he lost one on the ice.
Big one, huh?
Yeah, a big one.
Yeah.
And then something crazy, I broke the line, and then he reached back in the hole and caught that same fish with his hands. He went right in and caught it.
Yep.
We had about, how many tip-ups? 12 tip-ups out?
We were running like, I don't know, 15 tip-ups or something like that. It's pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
So that was that. We were bass fishing.
Yeah, we limited it out.
And then a couple of crappie fishing trips out there in was that in Conneaut Lake? Yeah.
Yeah.
We were fishing.
Lake.
Yeah, we were fishing like 40 foot of water, jigging for crappies. So when you hooked them, you were having to fight them for quite some time, huh?
Yeah, and we were on Erie.
Oh yeah, we did go up to Erie. That's
Yeah.
right.
I only caught a little perch, though.
Yeah, it was windy that day, remember?
Yeah.
It was like blowing the
and
blowing the shanty around.
We all slipped.
Yeah, it was like 10 inches of clear black ice,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like 60-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah.
And what was happening is we set up the shanty, and we were having to hold on to it, and it would like glide you across the ice. It was pretty hilarious. But we caught some perch and some crappies and bluegills. Yeah, it was fun. We did pretty good.
Yeah.
So we did that. So that was pretty much a lot of our ice fishing. We did a lot of bass and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So that was cool. We did like a little bit of open water fishing. I don't know if we have a whole lot of pictures of that. I don't think anything. Oh, the trout. We did
the trout.
we did the youth day.
Yeah.
That was cool. So yeah, last year would have been 2024, he won with what was it, a 19-inch?
18.
An 18.5-inch Palomino. And then he won an ugly stick fishing rod in the youth trout derby here that we have kind of locally. And so then this year he goes out, grabs that ugly stick that he wins, and then takes it out and catches another like 18.5-inch Palomino. It was 19?
Yeah.
Catches another 19-inch Palomino and then wins a fly rod. So I told him that if he wants to fish it again, he's got second place 2 times in a row. And I told him if he wants to fish the tournament again, he has to fish with his fly rod. So we'll see.
I could probably catch a Palomino in there.
Yeah,
You told
probably.
me how to.
So we're definitely gonna film that and see what happens there.
Yeah.
So we went from ice fishing, and then went right into the trout fishing, a little bit of open water fishing. I think we got into some like crappies and some perch and stuff like that out in some local areas. And then
You went turkey hunting.
yeah, the youth day of turkey season was crazy.
Yeah. There's like a whole flock of jakes.
Yeah,
Maybe one.
I think there was
longbeard.
5 jakes and a longbeard. Yeah.
And I missed a jake. It was like a foot away from where it was because I was stressed, and
You were stressing.
I was just like,
So the turkey thing was pretty cool. The youth day of spring turkey. So me and my wife Lindsay went to Montana and we shot birds out there. We come home, have Easter, kind of settle in and start looking for birds around here. And so we're going around like crazy, and we put like, I don't know, 60 miles on the truck. We're driving all over the place. we finally find some birds, and they were kind of like, they were there one day and then they weren't there the next day. So we kind of watched them, and we decided that was our best bet. So we go in, what, an hour before daylight, something like that, get set up, we're hanging out, and right about the time you'd expect them to start gobbling, they kind of weren't. So we were just kind of hanging out.
So they were all by each other, and then this one wanders off behind all of them. And
He was at like,
maybe,
I think he was like 35, 40.
yeah.
I'm shooting 3-inch mag tungsten, the 12 gauge, so really 35, 40 yards isn't even a poke.
And I missed.
Yeah,
Of
so
course.
well, it was hectic. We had birds like crossing heads and all that, and you can actually hear in the video me telling them to shoot one, and then they get together, and then I tell them to shoot another one, and then they mess it all up. So we finally had one break off, and I tell them to line up and shoot it, and that didn't quite work. But that's all right. We went in and we looked for it, and we didn't find it, and you know, checked all over the place for it. We actually ended up working the same group of birds 2 more times that same day, and we just kept, yeah, we just kept working them. And I think at the closest we had them was like, I think we had them at like 45 again, and it was just too thick and foggy, and we just didn't quite get on them the way we wanted to. So we had to kind of let them pass, and then that just kind of ended that. But yeah, so we hunted a few more times that season, but couldn't really get much else going on. So we went to Virginia on a family vacation, but we brought the boat because we was gonna fish. And we did a lot of saltwater fishing. We caught some speckled trout, and we caught some croakers and spot, and we caught some bluefish.
Yeah, I caught a needlefish. It was like 35.5 inches long.
Big old needlefish. And then, so we had a pretty good time down there. What did you think about that? That was super fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We were out there just fishing around. A couple of those days were pretty rough.
Yeah, 3 feet waves.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
The boat was jigging for us.
Yeah, for sure. We were fishing, we were fishing some like near shore like riffraff stuff, but then we were also going out into like 50, 60 foot of water, and we were jigging on like wrecks and light towers and stuff in the Chesapeake Bay. It was pretty cool. And then we came home and we fished a few times on Erie. We actually started getting into jigging the walleyes on Erie rather than trolling. We started doing a lot of jigging, and that's way more fun. Drift for them, and we seemed like we were catching just as many fish, some really big fish too. We caught, I don't know, quite a few walleyes. Yeah, and then so we get into
squirrels.
So squirrel season starts about September around here, and we end up going out on a weekday. And what, you got your first squirrel, right? Wasn't that your first squirrel? And then you shot like what, 4 more, 5 more?
Yeah,
4 more.
I didn't limit out. I got 5.
Oh, that's right, because you kept missing.
I missed like 4 times, and I shot 5
Man,
of them.
you missed so many times. We ran out of shells. We had to go home, go get more shells, and then go back, and you still was missing. You remember?
Yeah. Crazy thing is, I was trying to hold the gun up, and then we see a gray squirrel, and then I shoot it, one of them. There's 2 of them. I shoot one of them. It falls down. We get all happy, and we go see it, and then he gets the gun back up and shoots another one about the same size.
Yeah, that was cool. So we do the squirrels, and that was like September, and then we go into the youth, right? Yeah, we go into the youth rifle season. So Pennsylvania has a 3-day youth rifle season where anybody that has a mentored or a junior tag, I think it's like 16 and under, can hunt a antlerless deer with a rifle in the middle of October, which is pretty awesome. So we set up and we hunted one day, right? And it rained the whole night. We never even seen a deer.
Yeah, we heard one.
Well, we had a buck running does in a thicket, but we never got to see any of them.
Yeah, we didn't see
So I
any
don't
of them.
know what was going on with that.
We went out to...
Yeah, Uncle Matt took us to his secret spot.
Yeah, and then...
Set us up on the edge of a hayfield.
Yeah, and then... There's these there was this small doe. We were getting ready to shoot it.
Yeah.
We were like watching it for like 30 minutes, and then we were getting ready to shoot it. And then I looked beside me. There's a bunch of bigger does. They were coming out. And there's 3 of them. And when they came out to like 80 yards, 90 yards.
Well, they came out early. Like when they first came out, they were at like 20 yards. But the way we were set up, we kind of were letting them work their way in.
Yeah.
You'll see it in the video. We'll show the video of it.
And then they came out to like 80, 90 yards after that.
Yeah, I think it was like 85.
And then the calf, the small one that we were watching,
Fawn.
it came over. Yeah, it was a fawn.
The fawn.
It came over and it started trying to go over to them. And then the one deer headbutts it out of the way. And then they all...
Yeah, it was kicking and stuff too.
They all get it out of there, and then they keep switching places. And then our dad, and then he said to shoot, and I missed the first shot. And the second shot, he says, "I think you missed." And then I shot again, and it drops.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you missed or not. I wasn't sure if you missed, and the way she was acting was like she didn't get hit. So I figured we'd line up again and try and shoot her again. Line up. She just kind of runs. He shoots, misses, and the deer kind of just runs off like, I don't know, maybe 5 yards, 10 yards, just kind of moves around. And they were trying to figure out what was going on, and he ended up dropping her in her tracks right there in the field. So made that work.
Yeah.
And then, so that was cool. So we get out on that, and we're all high-fiving. Everybody's pretty excited.
Mm-hmm.
And get it home, and we butcher it up and do the whole thing. And he was pretty proud to put meat on the table for everybody.
And then after that, it was like a couple days after Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And we went out. It was finally we can shoot a buck, because it wasn't in youth season. You can only shoot does.
Right.
And so when rifle season actually came, it was me and my uncle. We were like just moving around, and then we were on this walk. We seen like a spike. We were getting ready to shoot it since it was like my first year, and it ran away. It was just running. So we go sit down. Then it was like we went and ate lunch after, and then we went back to the spot. But we sat under this pine tree, and there was like a bunch of scrapes and beds, and a bunch of there's a bunch of tracks. So we thought there would be a buck, and then so we see a couple does, and he shoots one, and 2 more come in. It was a fawn, a fawn.
A big doe, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a doe, and a fawn and a doe. They came in, and then a buck started coming in. It was a 7. I thought it was a fork because it had a giant fork on the end. It was like, and then I shot it. We thought I missed.
Well, no. Uncle Travis thought you hit it.
Yeah, he thought I hit it, but
there was no blood.
Yeah, I thought I missed because there was no blood.
He was using a 223 Remington. So, smaller bullet and a big body deer. He hit it. Super good shot through the lungs, like 50 yards.
Maybe even the heart?
No, lungs. So, so through the lungs, and, it was a super good shot, but it just, for whatever reason, didn't bleed that well, and the snow was pretty trampled, so it was hard to track it. So they get back to the house, and my brother says that he thinks he hit it, but he's not 100% sure, so he wanted to just wait for daylight. So we go to bed. Everybody's kind of like him-hawing, we wanted to get in there first early to check it all out, but everybody was just kind of a little bummed because we didn't know what we were going to get into. But yeah, we just get in there and find it in like 20 minutes, so it was awesome. Yeah, and then you were skinning it, and we were having a pretty good time with that. And got it in the garage, so that was cool.
Everybody came over to see it.
Yeah, as I told him.
Especially for your first one.
Yeah. He was like, "Oh, it's not."
Yeah,
that,
I'd have been
not
happy
that
to
big.
shoot that
And I
thing
was
all
like,
day
"Dude,
long."
everybody in the
Nothing
garage that's
wrong
gonna
with
come
it.
down has either would have shot that buck this year or Did.
Lying.
Yeah, or did. I shot a smaller buck than that.
He would not get a pass from me, I'll tell you that.
And then we're gonna do.
Probably a video on the skull mount.
You're gonna try and European mount your own deer.
Yeah.
So look for that video, guys. He's gonna try and do his own deer mount. He's gonna like skin it all out and then boil it down and make a European skull mount out of it. So I think he's gonna try and do it all himself. I mean, obviously I'm gonna help a little bit, but he's gonna watch some videos and see if he can do it, and then he's gonna try and do it himself, and he's gonna make his own video and post it up. So that should be pretty cool. So what are you thinking, like this year, like 2026? Here we are. We're sitting here at the bench, tying up some jigs. Goals for 2026 hunting season and fishing season. What do you got?
Probably kill a pheasant this year.
Gonna shoot a pheasant this year.
And a turkey.
And a turkey. What else? Big goals.
Monster buck.
A monster buck.
Yeah.
Well, how big?
10 point.
A 10 point.
Yeah.
You gonna shoot a 10 point this year?
Or a giant 8 point.
A giant 8 point. Shoot. Okay. Okay, so got a big list. We got win a trout competition, kill a turkey, kill a pheasant, shoot a big 8 point or 10 point. What else? Got some big goals other than that?
Catch some walleye.
Catch some walleyes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, when we go to Ontario, we're gonna go to Lake Ontario this summer. We're gonna go stay up in New York, and we're gonna try and catch some big salmon. So stay tuned for that. That's gonna be pretty cool.
And I want to catch a big steelhead.
Big steelhead. Oh, we forgot the Benazet trip.
Oh yeah.
So we went down to like the Benazet area of Pennsylvania, middle of the state, and stayed in a wall tent, and that was fun. Seen some elk, drove around, and then helped a local guide out down there. Kind of watched a couple spots for him. That was cool. We ended up having a huge elk walk in, like right in front of us at like 100 yards and bugled in front of us. It was super cool. Which we'll post that video up. Probably, we have that whole trip filmed, and I think that we'll probably post that up. I don't know, maybe around, I don't know, July, maybe, well, August, September, around when we start to really think about elk. We'll post that whole video up, but we will post a little clip in this video. All right, so you heard it here first. Matthew's gonna shoot a monster buck next year. He's gonna kill a turkey. He's gonna kill a pheasant. He's gonna catch some big walleyes. He's going to catch a big salmon, the biggest of the trip, he says.
Well, I think that pretty much wraps up this video. I got some pretty good goal sets. Had a good year this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, all right. Till next time, guys. Stay warm. Don't buy out all the toilet paper at the Walmart. The snow's not going to last that long. All right. See you next time.